why Telltale Games died. Let's hear this video essay. I've watched it, if I remember correctly, a lot of RoboCast before.
In 2012, Telltale Games emerged as pioneers of interactive storytelling.
What happened?
In 2012,
What happened?
Telltale Games emerged as pioneers of interactive storytelling and gaming, reshaping the entire industry with their episodic, choice-driven titles. Their breakthrough adaptation of The Walking Dead not only received several Game of the Year nominations, but also established a new market for choice-driven games of this style. Telltale found a way to immerse players into worlds.
Do we think that Telltale is the reason that we have the Quarry? Do we think that could be why we have the Quarry, right? Do we think that Telltale is responsible for that? Because if they are, I'm going to kiss the CEO of Telltale Games on the mouth. Yep, open style. Maybe tongue him a little bit, too. Zachary, what's up, gangster? It is going amazing. You said Madden and made me think of it. You getting... Oh, yeah, that's... Dude, here's the fuck thing, bro. Here's the fuck thing about that is... I was like, I'm not buying Madden this year because I haven't been buying it the last few years. Actually, last year I bought it like a few months after the fact, like when we were deep into football season. But other than last year, it'd been like maybe 3 or 4 years since I had bought it early. They got Christian McCaffrey on the cover this year. They got Christian freaking McCaffrey on the cover. I'm a Niners fan. I feel like I gotta buy it. You know what I'm saying? And NCAA, absolutely. That'll probably be the one that I play the most. Took a week off of work. That's amazing. What's the attraction of Madden? You can play as your favorite sports guy, but in a bunch of different simulated ways that's not possible in real life. Responsible for the storytelling game hype? Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about, totally. Yes, that is sick, dude. I love the Quarry so much. Sorry, YouTube frogs watching, by the way. We're paused in this. You can skip ahead a little bit. So nothing, if you don't like football, there's literally no draw to Madden whatsoever. Only reason to get Madden is because they are making it a combo package for NCAA. Really? Dude, will it be, dude, I already took one, bro. I'm a lightweight. You want me to die? Do you want me to die? Okay, I'll do it right now. There you go. There you go. I haven't played Until Dawn yet. They're remastering that, right? But yeah, if you can take your character from like whatever the My Career thing in NCAA and put them into Madden. What's my team for NFL or college? NFL, it's the Niners. College, listen, bro, I'm moving to Pennsylvania. I'm really thinking about bandwagoning. I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking about bandwagoning. I have family that has gone to Penn State, okay? And they have a chance at winning something, okay? In my lifetime. My favorite NCAA team is the West Virginia Mountaineers. Yeah. The problem right now, though, Tully, is that it's a PlayStation 4 exclusive, or a PlayStation exclusive, I think. But I think the remaster, they might be bringing it around, you know? Logix, what were we saying? Let's go. Oh, yeah, Mountaineers. Yep. SEC all the way. Yo, who's in the SEC? Okay, let me continue this video because I might make this a YouTube video. Anywho, oh, go Dogs! Yo! Screw you, dude. You've got to watch your team win a national championship. How do you think it feels to be a 49ers fan and a WVU fan? I've been getting edged for the last 20 years. I've been getting edged longer than I've been alive. I was in my dad's nutsack getting edged by being a 49ers and a WVU fan, okay?
Worlds where their decisions shaped the unfolding story, and they were untouched.
Austin, love you, bro.
But 6 years later, the entire studio would unexpectedly close down, and over 250 people would lose their jobs in a matter of days. So how did a company that had such a meteoric rise to superstardom quickly find themselves in one of the ugliest and most shocking studio closures in the history of the video game industry? Well, to tell this story, we need to start with their quick rise to fame, because ironically, this is what would lead to their downfall. The three founders of TellTale, Kevin Bruner, Dan Connors, and Troy Molander, all saw some success with the adventure game.
All I'm saying is Dan Connors getting his butt tongued, okay? Okay? I need to get this confirmed, okay, that, you know, whoever made The Quarry wasn't already planning on making a story-based game in 2010 or whatever, but If they weren't, oh, he getting his butt tongued for real.
game genre prior to founding the studio. Each of them had come from LucasArts, which during the 90s was basically the leading developer
They
in
were
the
the
genre.
goats.
But because of a round of unexpected mass layoffs, the trio decided to take a chance on themselves and start their own adventure game studio called TellTale Games in 2004. In the early years of TellTale, they had found a little bit of success in the genre with releases like Tales of Monkey Island and Back to the Future. However, these games never really reached critical acclaim because, well, they were nothing special. The gameplay was relatively stale, the writing was uninteresting, and the same tired tropes were overused to tell the same story in different ways. They really just had trouble sticking the landing with any of their.
Oh, by the way, Zachary, you asked what games we're playing. So I already played Baisu. Wait, I think, yeah, it's Baisu was the name of it. It was a horror game. That's pretty cool. And then in a little bit, we're probably going to play some indie horror / indie-itch.io games. So yeah, but we're doing some reacts right now, obviously.
Releases, and some of their other early
Also,
titles like
let's fucking go, Sorrow.
Jurassic Park and CSI seem to echo the same complaints. Mainly that these stories were too basic,
Yes!
too short.
Dude, this fucking game, bro. This was the first Telltale game I ever played, and I played it when I was like 12 years old, and I stayed up all fucking night playing it. Literally, me and my mom stopped at GameStop. I think it was after she like babysat or something. And I was with her, like, just on my iPod, and I saw this shit at GameStop. I bought it, literally, from the time that we got home at, like, 7 p.m. until, like, 10 in the morning. I just stayed up playing this shit. It was crazy, too, because it would show you, like, super gruesome ways the characters would die. At least from what I remember in my little 12-year-old brain. But I want to play it again, but it's not available on PC. I think it's only available on, like, consoles, and it's, like, pretty expensive, if I remember correctly, on eBay and shit, so I'm gonna check it out.
Short and not nearly innovative enough. Because of this, Jurassic Park and many of Telltale's initial titles didn't perform well and would put quite a bit of financial strain on the company. They reached a point where they needed to get something out pretty quickly, so they started scrambling. And ironically, this scramble would lead to the development of the game that would put them on the map and later cause the downfall of the entire company. 2012 marked the release of the first season of Telltale's The Walking Dead, based on and actually made in collaboration with Robert Kirkman and his famous comic and TV show of the same name. This game wasn't just another Telltale game. It was absolutely groundbreaking for the studio and the gaming industry at large. They managed to strike gold with The Walking Dead's release and sold millions of copies relatively quickly. A lot of the success stems from the fact that they created an emotionally gripping story that capitalized on the source material it was using. The Walking Dead didn't just tell a story. It created a world that seeped into your bones. The desperation of the survivors, the bleakness of the ravaged landscape, it all felt crushingly real.
Oh, so, okay, we might have talked about this already, but the Walking Dead Telltale series is lore accurate? Hollow, what's up, bro? How was your stream, bro? Should do a nostalgic night and do Gus entertainment games? I don't even know who they are. Okay, but I'm down to tap in. Good stream, Josh P reference. Dude, I saw that shit in the Discord, but I didn't get to actually look at it. I think Sorrow posted it in ours. I didn't get to look at it because my fucking internet was being sucky earlier, dude. None of the, like, images were loading in videos. I gotta check that shit out. I'm sure it was a W, though. Yeah, it's closer to the comics than the show is. Oh, in R6, enemy named Josh P. That's fire. That's fire, bro. Hollow, how the fuck? I thought I was like a variety gamer like that, variety gamer / streamer like that. But bro, you be playing like fucking every game, bro. It's sick. Literally every time I get one of your TikToks, you're playing a different game. Chad, why do I feel so guilty for planning a trip? And as it slowly creeps closer to when it's actually going to happen, I feel more guilty. My dog is staying here with my aunt. He isn't coming. I should be excited and happy for a break, but it makes me feel lazy and like a disappointment. Sorry for trauma dumping. Bro. Screw you. That's not trauma dumping. Okay, you're good, bro. Don't even fucking worry about it. If it was, you're good. Okay? Don't stress. That's fair. I feel that all the time. Now, this may not be the the perfect advice for you, right? But you got to realize not to like put so much fucking pressure on yourself of feeling like, you know, you're lazy or that you don't deserve this fucking, what is it, little trip, dude. Realize that you're gonna go on that trip and you're gonna create core memories for yourself. Live in the moment. Don't stress about it. You're doing the best you can in your normal everyday life. From what I know, Sarah, it sounds like you've had kind of rocky couple of years, or at least, you know, in your past. So fucking go on a trip, get away, have a good time. You deserve that, dude. Current rotation is FPS horror / story and reactions. Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's fire. That's kind of been the vibe I've been on recently. I've been trying to do less FPS because I realize they stress me the fuck out. Hey, Loki, play whatever I can't do. That's fire. Okay, anyway, sorry. I keep getting so distracted. Life is Strange is the best story game of all time. Dude, that's what I keep hearing. I haven't played it yet. I stress out too, but it's content. True. That's what I gotta remember is, like, I gotta stop, like, stressing out like I'm doing bad and stress out like I'm gonna be a fucking idiot on stream. I almost cried. I was so invested. Oh, shit, bro. Oh, shit. That's hype.
And the reason why this game did so well was because of the aspect of choice.
Oh, yeah, I have played Before Your Eyes before. That shit was also good.
The way TellTale designed this game, players could truly choose everything along their journey to directly influence the story. The idea of interactive choices that have real consequences on the characters and the story wasn't new to TellTale, but the level at which this was pulled off was significantly higher.
Hollow, good luck on the editing, brother. Life is Strange stream is guaranteed to pull new viewers in. All right, I might have to tap in.
In The Walking Dead. The ability to utilize the grim, depressing world from the comics and TV shows gave them the direction to make choices that actually matter. And, well, this clearly seemed to resonate with the audience because the game received over 80 Game of the Year awards and sold over 28 million copies. 12 years later, and The Walking Dead is still touted as one of the best adventure games ever made, and is often used as an example when discussing emotional depth and character writing in video game stories. The Walking Dead was a huge risk for TellTale, but it paid off more than they could have ever imagined. It had allowed the studio to rapidly expand, and it also provided them with a definitive TellTale style that they knew could work. And they would successfully utilize this style a second time in 2013 with The Wolf Among Us.
Oh my
which
God.
was arguably even better than The Walking Dead.
Hollow, if you still got your audio on, I think we talked about this already, but if you still got your audio on, bro, you gotta play The Wolf Among Us. You've gotta play The Wolf Among Us if you haven't already.
Building upon the brutal choices and
Add more
emotional depth
pink
of
to
its
my
predecessor, The Wolf Among Us constructed a beautiful mystery story, once again utilizing the emotion and depth found in The Walking Dead. The choices were extremely impactful, the characters were well-rounded, and the plot was full of moments that genuinely made a lot of people cry.
Somebody remind me, I want to make a well-edited video of my full playthrough of The Wolf Among Us.
Was a masterpiece. Then they repeated the formula again with The Walking Dead Season 2, and it had kind of the same effect. Impactful choices, plot twists, shock, and emotions. Then they made Tales from the Borderlands, Game of Thrones, Minecraft Story Mode, Batman, and 2 additional Walking Dead spin-offs, all within the span of 3 years.
Dude, I don't know if I have the fucking Tales from the Borderlands game or not. I think I was gonna buy it and then I might not have.
The same formula, the same choices, the same shock value,
Art style is good. Did I say that right?
The same everything. Sure, sometimes it was executed well, and other times it fell short, but they basically repeated the same formula over and over again and hoped for something new. The shock and emotion started to feel like a tired trope, and the plots converged together into a predictable, repeatable, and scalable formula instead of something truly creative and unique. A studio that was once touted for its risk-taking and unique storytelling began to do the exact opposite. Characters started to feel feel either like carbon copies of characters from previous games or just completely generic and uninspired. With the exception of a few minor plot changes, each story felt like a copy and paste from previous titles. Even the choices were affected by this formulaic approach, with each choice feeling less and less impactful to the story at large. The hype and positive sentiment of the fanbase began rapidly dropping with each release, as TellTale went from a studio that seemed to do nothing wrong to a studio that seemed to do nothing right. As the failed releases began to pile up, TellTale's financial problems returned. With these issues came pressure to release quicker and quicker. The need to speed up
I gotta close my eyes, dude. I can't watch any spoilers for The Walking Dead.
Was a counterproductive one and only led to a further drop in the quality of the games and a crunch culture problem that would cause a snowball effect and send TellTale games into a downward spiral.
Yeah, you can't
They
be doing that
probably needed
shit.
a nap after this because things were about to get even crazier. And for their sake, I hope they use the sponsor of today's video, Manta Sleep. I know one thing, as I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate my sleep, and nothing makes me appreciate it more than the Sleep Mask Pro by Manta Sleep. I never realized how much even just a little bit of light affects my sleep until I owned this thing.
Wait,
Now that
really?
I wear it when I take a nap or go to bed at night, I fall asleep twice as fast because it blocks out literally all the light.
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. If I had one of those and made it twice as fast now that I fall asleep, and I'm already falling asleep fast as fuck because I'd be hitting the pendulum, bro, I'm finna put them fucking glasses on and hit the, oh yeah. Bro, I'm gonna be done, dude. Holy shit. That mask look heavy as fuck. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like double layer? God damn, dude. It's like goggles. It's not like the little mask. It's like goggles. All that shit like this. I'm gonna wake up. My fucking eye sockets are gonna hurt. It's gonna feel like I got eye fucked.
Here's a dramatic
Holy shit, that would be a fire name for an Apple sex toy. Eye fuck? We've taken Apple's technology even farther. Now you can synchronize with your heartbeat and rhythm of your Apple Watch and the visual stimulation of your iPhone with our new product, the iFuck. Copyright it immediately. Yeah, then they have to pay me when they want to fucking use it? Oh my god, Mocha. Did we just become billionaires?
recreation of what that looks
I love high, Chris. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not even high right now.
like. And it's extremely comfortable. Because of these cups, you don't even feel the pressure on your eyes, and you forget that you even have it on. The Sleep Mask Pro is the most...
What do you mean I forget I even have it on? I'm finna wake up in the morning like, oh my god! God, why did you take my vision away? First my penis and now this! Oh! It's like texture of cheap wire headphones foam that they put over the speakers. Oh god, I'm blind. How will I see hot, oily men?
Advanced sleep mask on the planet, and all of Manta Sleep's products are extremely high quality. With a silk one for the bougie people out there, one that plays sound, a weighted one.
The basic one, what is the difference here? $35 to $80. What is the fucking difference? The original 100% blackout super comfort sleep mask, the world's most advanced sleep mask, engineered for side sleep and unmatched breathability. 100% blackout for deeper sleep. 100% blackout for deeper sleep. Infinitely adjustable fit. C-shaped eye cups for eye cups. Yo, what? C-shaped eye cups for unbeatable side sleep comfort. Infinitely adjustable, zero eye pressure, advanced materials and ventilation for maximum airflow. Comfortable in all sleep positions, soft, breathable, durable materials. Great for most sleepers. The original Manta Sleep Mask, loved by hundreds of thousands of people. Great for those who are side sleep dominant. Yo, what? Well, I might sleep on my side a lot, but I wouldn't say I'm dominant. What about side sleep submissives? Anyways.
And others. If you want to level up your sleep, their products are absolutely worth checking out.
This but with noise canceling headphones and literally being bound to a chair, and you're one step away from a Pornhub video. So Dude, why do I feel like Greenish is the type of freak that likes when you put them in, you know, the fucking things that looks like a big fucking plastic trash bag and they can't breathe? Why do I feel like that's some shit Greenish into? Greenish be like, no, I don't want them to spank me unless they're gonna wrap me in a fucking garbage bag until I can barely breathe and then cut me out so that I can fucking catch my breath. And by then, my boner will have snapped the fucking garbage bag. Vacuum fetish? Nah, that shit scares me. Oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna die. That's the only reason I'm not trying it, though, because otherwise, that's hot as fuck.
They're extremely affordable and literally changed my life because of how much more rested I feel in the morning. So check out Mantis.
Dude, they must have given this guy the biggest bag he's ever seen. Okay? Literally changed my life. Chris, the type of cat to get turned on by women sitting on balloons? Holy fuck, dude. No, I need to end my fucking public-facing career. I need to get behind a camera, bro. Nope, I cannot be in front of one anymore after that. All right, chat, it's been real. This streaming career has been real. Holy fuck. Josh, I cannot believe you just fucking said that. There we go. I cannot believe you just said that. Chris, the type of cat to get turned on by women sitting on balloons. What is that supposed to be? Huh? What's that supposed to be? What would a balloon be? What would my brain be simulating in my head?
Sleep by using my link in the description and use my discount code for 10% off your cart at checkout. Now, let's
Do you guys think you can joke your way into a fetish?
return to the story about TellTale. I mentioned a downward spiral, and to understand how this happened
Hey, anybody watching this on YouTube, you guys are watching a banger right now, okay?
in the first place, we need to look a bit deeper into what was actually going on internally at TellTale during this time, and specifically discuss one of the founders of the company, Kevin Bruner. Shortly after the release of The Wolf Among
Kevin will not be getting his butt tongue tonight.
Us, the studio lost two of their most talented developers and writers, Sean Vanneman and Jake Rodkin, the masterminds behind many early TellTale titles like Sam and Max and the Monkey Island series. They had also played a pivotal role in the success of Season 1 of The Walking Dead.
The what
They
island?
had decided to leave to open their own studio called Campo Santo.
No, they had to shut down. No, stupid fucking Steam bought them and shut them down. Firewatch is so good. Why would they fucking do that? Why the fuck would Steam do that? I hate them for that. No, anything nice I've ever said about Steam, I take back, thinking about the way I feel in this moment right now.
Known for their story-based title called Firewatch. The loss of this duo was almost certainly a contributing factor in the decrease in innovation and uniqueness in the releases following their departure, which was seen as soon as the second season of The Walking Dead released. Despite a generally positive reception, most would say that this game certainly wasn't an improvement on the original season. But this is beside the point. The real question is this: why would Vanneman and Rodkin leave the studio in the first place? Well,
Feel like Dennis Rodkin in 1997.
A major contributing factor to why they left was their issues with co-founder Kevin Bruner. Bruner was in a management position, while the duo worked primarily on creative projects. And allegedly, Bruner had been jealous of the praise that Vanneman and Rodkin had received for their writing and storytelling. This jealousy became a problem, and it started to cause a massive bottleneck where Bruner was micromanaging every detail of the creative process, nitpicking everything to do with storylines, character development, and overall game design. Despite having gotten their way with The Walking Dead Season 1, the pair couldn't be asked to continue fighting with Bruner over every single decision, and they decided to leave. These two wouldn't be the only ones that would leave either. The directors, animators, and writers also would head for the door to find greener pastures, some joining Vanneman and Rodkin at Campo Santo, and some creating their own indie projects. And despite these losses...
Oh my god! Where do those dudes work at now? I need to know. I need to know. Do they still work for stupid fucking Steam, or do they fucking make their own bag and then go make another game studio? Firewatch was so fucking... God! I don't even give a fuck. They can hate PewDiePie and YouTubers. I don't even give a shit, dude. I'd pay them to play one of their games if it's as good as Firewatch.
The studio did not slow down. Instead, they pushed it...
Well, obviously for the game, but I mean to stream it and make content around it. The more you say something like a mantra, the more it becomes what you actually believe. You mind control yourself so you can mind control yourself into actually liking cock and ball torture It's not really what I was talking about, but okay.
into another gear. At the time, over 300
Monsters are
employees worked
sick.
on multiple titles simultaneously, including Game of Thrones, Tales from the Borderlands, and Minecraft Story Mode. Each of these games were all rushed out in a
What if instead of Minecraft Story Mode, it was called Minecraft Story Freak, and they just had a bunch of freaky sex?
time frame that was simply not sustainable. And what this ended up doing was creating a crunch culture where many of the employees were working 14 to 18-hour days trying to stick to the insane schedule that was being forced on them. So the employees didn't perform very well, and the games themselves were not up to the quality of the
Minecraft Jenny mod.
early TellTale successes. And not to mention, making so many games based on purchased IPs made it to where TellTale had to report to other companies, and devs would often be asked to redo huge portions of the game at the last minute. TellTale began to prioritize output over employee well-being, and morale, as well as the games themselves, began to suffer because of it. Extreme growth was the goal, and this increase in output would lead to the biggest project TellTale had ever been involved in, Batman. This game was expensive, not only because of the development cost, but also because of how expensive it is to license legacy established IP like this. They hoped that a Batman game would once again provide the spark that the original Walking Dead Season 1 had found, that it would reignite the passion that fans once had. But ironically, the first season of Batman would not only cause fans to lose interest in TellTale, but to turn against them entirely. When this game launched, everyone was underwhelmed. People were tired of experiencing the same thing every single time. The games had just become predictable, boring, and pointless, and the TellTale tool engine that they'd been using for a decade was starting to show its age. The engine was clunky, restrictive, and just overall lacking in many aspects. It was good when it was first unveiled, but a decade later, its lack of a dedicated physics system and other drastic shortcomings would prevent TellTale games from innovating and doing new things. It was simplistic enough to allow for releasing a large quantity of games, but didn't allow much room for creative expression, if the devs had any time.
Yeah, why does he keep saying TellTale?
For that in the first
place.
It became obvious to fans, critics, and even employees of the studio that the engine needed an upgrade. Well, except Kevin Bruner. Instead of accepting the limitations of his creation and listening to the fan base, Bruner remained stubborn, claiming that the similarities between games were intentional and that they wanted the games to have a baseline feel that would be enhanced by the writing. And the fan base did not accept this explanation. And after the less than exciting launches of Game of Thrones and Tales from the Borderlands, followed by the underwhelming release of the Batman game, the company began to face some financial troubles, and this would mark the beginning of the end for TellTale Games. Kevin Bruner stepped down as CEO in 2017, and TellTale hired former Zynga CEO Pete Hawley to attempt to fix the sinking ship. Pete's first order of business was simple: downsizing. He would let go of nearly 25% of the company in an attempt to return to its small-scale roots, stating that he wanted to produce fewer games with a smaller team, just like the good old days. There were a few games in the pipeline, and inevitably, none of these would hit quite like the early TellTale successes. So, in an attempt to reacquire their old fanbase, the final season of The Walking Dead would be announced alongside a follow-up to the beloved Wolf Among Us game. From the outside, it seemed as though this new plan may turn things around. All they needed to do was deliver a few high-quality continuations of their most beloved titles, and they would be good to go without the massive burden of a bloated studio. It was by all accounts sink or swim for TellTale. Everything was on the line, and if these games didn't succeed, they would be in a really rough spot. But unfortunately, the first episode of The Walking Dead's final season was also met with a lukewarm response. For the most part, those who played it enjoyed it,
Darkoon, what's
but
up,
for the
bro?
studio, their main financial issue at hand was not being solved. The problem came with the sales numbers. Not enough people were buying the game to begin with. They swung for the fences, and unfortunately, they missed. And exactly 1 month later would mark the final nail in the coffin for TellTale, as on September 18th, 2018, they would let go of nearly 250 employees and cancel all of the previously announced projects. Episode 2 of The Walking Dead's final season would still be released the following week, but the status of the remaining 2 episodes was completely unknown. In a final shred of good news, they would eventually announce that they'd kept a skeleton crew of about 25 people who would finish up the projects that they currently had going. Shortly after this, they would release the second season of Minecraft Story Mode and the final edition of The Walking Dead. But this was the end, and the once beloved studio began its fade from the spotlight. The devastating mass layoffs on September 21st, 2018 had already shattered the studio. Legal battles followed, and on October 2018, TellTale filed for assignment. left. While a fragment of TellTale lives on under new ownership, the studio, as it was known, is forever gone, leaving a bittersweet legacy in the gaming world. The impact of their model, particularly seen in the first season of The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us, continues to influence game development today. Impactful choices and branching narratives have now become a staple in modern gaming, showing the enduring legacy of their work. Even though the studio's closure was an unfortunate event, there may still be a glimmer of hope for longtime TellTale fans. In August of 2019, a company called LCG Entertainment acquired many of their assets, including some beloved IP. They resurrected the TellTale game's name, though operating as a fundamentally different entity with new leadership and a focus on collaborative partnerships. They even once again announced a second season of The Wolf Among Us, and while it has been delayed several times throughout the process, it's expected to be released sometime in 2024. Are you willing to give TellTale another chance? Do you think they'll learn from their mistakes and return to what made them successful in the first place, or do you think that their story is a tale of disappointment? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys for watching.
The Wolf Among Us 2 this year, bro. I don't know if they will, though. They said they were probably going to delay it. This is a major rip moment. Darkoom, not much is up, bro. We played a scary game earlier. That was pretty sick. Now we're doing some reacts. And if you were going to play some indie games, I took a little rip ski of the Benjamins, so I'm feeling a little silly with it. Yeah. Dude, good video. Let's see. What are the comments have to say? Feels like a bad omission to not mention the TellTale Stranger Things game or the new engine that was in development with it. Many ex-employees said that the aforementioned was supposed to be the savior of the company, and the Walking Dead final season of Minecraft Story Mode Season 2 were just supposed to keep the company afloat long enough to finish those projects. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's my problem too. Very, very key details are left out, and that kind of bugs me. Also, new TellTale has already released a game based on The Expanse, which seems to have mixed to mostly positive reception by fans. I wish they added more variety to their games. Like, I like the story and all that, but for example, I never liked QuickTime events as their basis for action. Hope they learn from it and add more variety. Okay, sorry. Why TellTale games died? Here's my personal experience and explanation. I was a huge fan of TellTale games and bought Tales from the Borderlands Season 1, day 1 to download and play Episode 1. Do you know when Episode 2 released? 4 months later, and Episode 3 another 3 months later. After that, after 7 months, the game was on sale for less than half the price I originally paid for it, and it was still not a complete game. I was absolutely pissed and vowed to never play a TellTale game until all of the episodes have been released. So, Sheepy, you're an idiot? So, you're dumb and you're admitting that to this entire comment section? Yeah, bro, that's like fucking, I don't know, dude. That's fucking crazy to be like, yeah, they didn't fucking release the episodes fast enough, dude. What else we got here? The only really top-selling game they made was Walking Dead Season 1. They got stretched super thin with tons of other games like Borderlands, Minecraft, Batman, Game of Thrones, and Wolf Among Us, plus all the later seasons of The Walking Dead, none of which sold particularly well. And that was that. I personally loved Wolf Among Us, and I'm sad Season 2 never happened. Well, it's gonna happen. Yeah, dude, I think that... Oh, wait. Epic Nate video. Not about... Okay, yeah, sorry. Had to watch later. Fall asleep too, possibly tonight. What was I gonna say? I think they should have, like, made more stories that weren't based off of major IPs. Like, why didn't TellTale make their own fucking stories in their own games? Instead of just bouncing off of fucking different IPs' dick. But I don't know.